All right. Did you ever feel like that wasn't what you wanted to do?
What, tennis?
Mm-hmm.
I like to stick with the fact that I enjoyed playing tennis, and within the family we had like people doing the same thing or sports. So I've loved to step out and like there are certain things that people are telling me you made the right choice, you know, playing tennis and being, because getting like an office job or being like a financial kind of analyst or stuff like that would be so boring. Yeah, that's what they tell me.
Okay.
Yeah, they tell me
So
that,
you've had this
and
conversation. You've
I've
asked
had it
around.
before, and I've always had like these two people who like this guy wants to do programming, he wants to do all that stuff, and then there's this guy who just like just playing tennis, play tennis. This is what it is. So for me, I think I made the right choice, and it paid off.
So you never felt any at a point like, "Ugh, maybe I'll do something else."
Right now, yeah, right now I'm trying to step into something else.
Okay, now.
Yeah, now I'm trying to, but when you focus and zone into
But
something,
then was
when
like,
I'm just zoned in and focused in doing something rather like I don't know. I think I have like this. I get obsessed with things. Like I be like I wanna when I put my mind to like doing something. I want to do like I want to achieve the utmost success out of it and be the best.
okay.
I don't want to be like second best or like or participate. Yeah, so that's why I didn't even choose team sport because I played cricket.
Okay.
I played cricket
I was about
before.
to ask you what other sports you
Yeah,
played.
I did play cricket.
Okay.
Then the fact that you have to depend on other people's performances to get a result
Uh-huh.
really like got like sometimes when in a group people might just like someone might not put up their best performance or effort and you cannot really blame them but just motivate and encourage them to do better. So yeah, I chose tennis at
So
that,
you felt more comfortable depending on yourself.
depending on myself
Completely.
and yeah, yeah, depending
Like,
on
you're not
myself.
slowing me down.
No, not really slowing me down. I'm just saying like I like to win. That's the thing.
You like to win.
Yeah, I like to win. That's the thing.
That's
Yeah.
not a bad thing.
It could get
The way you say it is like it's almost a bad thing.
it could get bad. It could like it can eat you up because you gotta get used to losing. If you're a tennis player, you have to learn how to lose because there's only one win at the end of the whole thing. So actually, tennis taught me like to deal with loss, defeat, and how to prepare for the next game after you lose, or you know. So all those things I learned. So I can deal with loss right now, but before like I just wanna win all the time. Yeah. So yeah.
You know, you got me thinking about an interview I watched with, I think, Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah.
And he was talking about like depression that a lot of people do not realize. That
Oh, it's so
like the high of like a game, and then as you're preparing for the next one,
yeah.
that they're really low moments.
Yeah, like there's so much to deal with when you're like an elite athlete. You can probably get into a depression to be honest, if you don't have the right people around you and you don't have like a team of people just to keep your mind focused and like focus on some objectives because you prepare so you put in so much for preparation, right? Like you're
Yeah.
preparing so much for an activity or a game or a tournament and then you probably don't meet your expectations, you know, or you don't meet like the results you want. And that could like, depending on that's why they have like mental toughness classes, like where I was, we have like mental toughness classes where you just
Mental toughness?
yeah, like there's aspects of the game. There's technique, tactics, physical, and then mental. It's like 75% of whatever you're doing is mental.
Okay.
The other physical is second, and technique and all that other
Yeah,
stuff.
but you do have to be in the right
Yeah, right.
frame of
You
mind.
have to, like, so yeah, you have to deal with all these things. Yeah,
Wow, that's a lot.
yeah,
It is a lot, especially like when someone is really young.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So it teaches you a lot, and it molds you into like this. You become a machine, I guess.
A machine.
You just become like this machine who's just like focused on certain things, and you do things in, yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Is that why people say every child should play some kind of sports?
yeah. You should.
Because
You
you know,
should.
as a country,
You should get involved in sports. You should get your kids out there, get them involved, because it gets your mind going and thinking when you're dealing with problems and you're solving them, and that's life most of the times. So, so you're learning how to deal with certain things at a very young age.
yeah, yeah.
So when you put into the real world situation, or like, you just, it's easy for you. It's not really easy for you, but you have an upper hand
Okay.
in dealing with certain things.
So you know how to face challenges, like you
I
said.
I do. I'm not the best. I'm not saying I'm the best at dealing with challenges. Sometimes some challenges just like put you down, and you just like you get deflated about certain things. But then you have to pick yourself up, and no one can do it for you. Sure, no one can do. When you go through, no one can like. It comes from you.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Did you ever feel like you were alone, like you didn't have enough support?
From whom?
Like
In
even
what
from
regard?
the country, from your own country?
In what regard?
I mean, to push you to be your best.
My country pushed me to be the best. They sent me to South Africa.
We're gonna be very careful with this.
they, see- they could have just left me here, and
Okay.
I don't know what would have happened, but I think I set out to be.
What do you think we can do more, can do better? At
In
least for
what regard?
tennis. For tennis as a country. When we look at the sports federation, and yeah, what do you think we can do? 'Cause,
There's a lot of,
Mhm.
there's a lot of inactivity
Inactivity. What do you mean?
within the sports federations or organizations,
Uh-huh.
and there's no like, it's not only tennis, it's throughout.
Across.
Yeah, it's across. I have to be very careful how I term or put this. Yeah, you just have to be properly structured and
More
have the right
structure.
settings. And we have a lot of like, because in sports, right, a lot of people have failed,
Okay.
right? There's a lot of failure in Ugandan sports. We haven't really like we've just starting to get success. We haven't had so many success stories
Yeah.
within Uganda or like the sports industry. We've had one or two highlighted, but there's like a ton of people who've been doing that. There's like a spectrum if you just look into each sport, and all that. There's like, so if you don't have so many success stories, you're gonna have a lot of like people not wishing each other well. If something is not, they won't really wish you as, because they didn't happen for me, why should it happen for them? So we have a lot of that
Okay.
within, until we get that mentality and we just like learn to like care for each other, be kind, and be loving, and understand each person as they are, and understand that they're on the same path as you are, or they're actually facing the same scenarios or situations, and just have the support and encourage. Support doesn't come financially. Support can come with a positive word, like, just like a handshake. You see someone give me a hug, you see Crystal, what's up? You have a free hug. Here you go, I give you a free hug, stuff like that. So, and then just making sure that the person is in the right state all the time. But we've had so many like the heart history. We have a lot of like failures, not only the failures, but fail processes, like people trying to do certain things and they didn't
And
achieve.
they failed to
Yeah,
achieve them. Okay.
they didn't fail, but it didn't really work out as.
They didn't get the support they needed
Yeah,
to.
yeah, it didn't happen as, and when you like, if I'm in right now, I'm realizing that when I'm in that because when I'm in that situation or the person like playing tennis, I'm like, man, there's so many, like I get that gratitude, and I'll be like, I'm really grateful to be where I am or what I've seen and how tennis has put me in the positions like I would never have imagined to be in.
Yeah.
So and then I think about like everyone who's tried or who has tried or given a hand to put me in that position. So I'm just like,
Yeah.
so I self-reflect.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you feel like, with the support and the encouragement, what about the programs?
What program?
Like
Yeah.
like sports programs as well?
Yes.
Because by the time you started out professionally, more or less, at the age of 12, I'm sure you were playing. How old were you when you started playing?
Sorry?
How old were you when you actually started playing?
Seriously, 10.
10. Okay. So that's pretty young.
First event or tournament. That's the first event. That's when you
The
say
first trophy.
the first trophy. That's when you like.
But you were
start
playing because
yeah.
your sisters were playing. So it
Yeah,
must have
I'd
been-
come and mess about.
Okay, but not serious.
Yeah, come and mess about, not seriously. They're not activated or they don't have the right people in place to keep them going.
Okay.
I'm sure there's like I played, I went through that same process. I'm sure it's still there. It becomes dormant and then inactive. Or it becomes inactive, then dormant, and then dies off.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it seems like when something happens, then there's a bit of attention. But the moment it dies down, then the focus is gone again.
Follow up, I guess. There needs to be a lot of follow up with the programs, and like if there's after school program needs to be followed up, and if there's a holiday program needs to be followed up. They need to take records. They need to like keep the kids coming, keep them motivated, put up events, tournaments,
Okay.
and just encourage kindness and positive attitude
Positivity is powerful.
and love.
Love. We're about to hold hands now.
See, my son's name is Mutima, so he calls himself Love.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
How old is your son?
6.
6. Is he
Yes.
here with you?
Yes.
He is.
Yes.
Okay. Have you started playing with him? Has he started playing any sports? Are you that parent? You're like, I want him.
Until everything is ready, he plays.
He plays.
He plays.
It's coming out.
playing.
It's coming out now.
Yeah.
Different sports, or he plays a bit of tennis with you?
Tennis.
Tennis.
Swimming, tennis.
Swimming and tennis.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So tell us about
Yeah, that's the
Jaden.
same.
How is it being a father for you?
Oh, being a dad.
Because you said like before you were very, very focused. You're that kind of person, and in a way, like I think to do your best in sport, you really have to focus on yourself.
Yeah.
But then when you have a child, things change a lot. Did you
Yeah,
feel that?
they have.
They have.
Yeah, they have. They have. Yeah, I mean, caring for another person for life, and they go.
Okay.
They come before everything.
Okay.
Like that's something. Before you had to think about others. Now, before you make a choice, a decision, that person has to come
Yeah, you
within
have to
that
think
same.
about
Yeah.
him.
So it's yeah.
Okay. Are you married?
No.
That no was so
We're gonna
serious.
get into it. No.
No.
No, no, right.
Okay.
No,
All
right.
right.
No, no.
And that no was almost like it's not gonna happen. Eh?
I've had a few series of relationships that didn't work out, so
Okay.
yeah, because I normally travel a lot and I don't really, I'm never around, and it's kind of like difficult to for the other person. You have to feel for them because you know, like it would be unfair for them to like just yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Until I'm like settled and my career is like,
You don't see that happening yet.
well, there might be that one. There might be that one, but there might be that one that was. There have been a few, but
Not yet.
no. Thank you. Well, yeah. Oh, all right.
Okay.